If you're looking for Christmas ideas for your journal this year, I have got so many good things to show you. I have 10 paper Christmas trees that you can put in your journal this season. It's Christmas, y'all. Well, hello and welcome to Pink Paper Peppermints. My name is Melissa and I'm so glad you're here today for my first Christmas demo. I am using pattern paper. I have 2 Christmas kits out right now, and this is from the first one. It's called His Unspeakable Gift, and it's kind of has a vintage feel, vintage wrapping paper, wallpaper feel. And then the other kit is more whimsical, not as vintage, bright colors, but the color palettes do match. So these can be mix and match, and you're going to see me do that today. I've got so many cute tree ideas to show you with this pattern paper. You are going to have lots and lots of Christmas trees in your journal. So the first one that we're going to do, we're going to need strips of paper, and they can be any size. I'm going to make them kind of big so that you can see better, but if you're using a small journal like a B6 or a standard, you probably want to make your triangles smaller. These strips are 2 inches tall or wide, and it doesn't matter how long they are because we're just going to cut triangles. And I'm going to show you a little trick for cutting the triangles. You're going to cut up one way and cut your triangle out, and then all you have to do is turn your scissors left, right, and you can cut a whole row of triangles really quickly. Now, I'm going to be a little more precise with these because this tree is a little geometric. I want my triangles to be pretty close to all the same size. So I'm using that first one as a template, and I've got all my triangles cut out here. And then what I'm going to do is layer these up, and I'm going to match them up and down. I'm going to show you what I mean here. So I've started with this first one. The second one I'm going to turn upside down and line it up, and then I'm going to turn the other 2 the other way. So you can see the triangles need to go up, down, up, down, up, down. And we're doing odd and even, or rather odd rows, 1, 3, 5, and 7 triangles in the rows. And I've gone green, red, but you could do all green, you could mix and match, and it looks so cute when it's all finished, really patchworky. And I think what I'm going to do with this is sew those triangles to that piece of paper. This is another way you can use triangles. It's just like they are, and then add some sequins or sew them down the middle, and you can get a fun tree. So now we're going to do something fun with the giant journaling tags. A lot of you have told me that you love this new set of Christmas journal tags, so I thought it'd be fun to make a tree out of these designs because these aren't on the pattern paper. So I'm going to do a practice one with some scrap paper here just so you can kind of see without the distraction of the graphics what we're doing. And so what you're going to do is fold it in half, and you don't want to crease the fold. We're just folding it to give us a guide, and we're going to start, if we want a really wide base of a tree, we're going to start at that far left corner. Make sure that you're cutting on the open side and not on the folded side, and then make sure that you're kind of cutting at an angle straight up all the way to the top of the tag if you want your tree to be the height of the tag. And you can see that I'm doing that here. And when you're finished, you get this beautiful wide tall tree, wide base with a tall tree, and it has a really fun retro feel. Now if you cut it in the middle and don't cut it all the way to the top, you're going to get a little baby tree, which is also cute, but not what we want with these tags. We want to get all those great graphics. You can start in the middle and go straight to the top and get a small base and a thin tall tree. So that's another way that you can cut these. So I'm going to use these vintage poinsettia tags to create my tree, and I'm going to do just what we said. I'm going to start at the far left. I'm cutting on that open side, and I'm cutting at an angle straight all the way up to the top, and I'm going to get this great tree shape. And then I thought it would be cute. This is a little angel from the ephemera set from this kit, and I thought she would be a really cute topper for this, but then I also thought of another tree she might go on, so I don't know yet. We'll see which one she's going to go on. So this is some embossed paper scraps that I had left over, and what we're going to do is a fun kind of shaker tip-in. So the first thing I want to do is show you what we're going to do. We're going to cut a triangle out of the center. Now if you have a triangle die, you won't need this step, but I didn't have one. So remember when we used to make those cutout hearts in elementary school? I don't know if you did that, but this is the same concept. We're just going to cut across and then up to cut out a triangle shape, and we're doing the opposite of what we did before. We actually want want to cut on the fold for this one. So you get a little triangle that you can save, and then you get this great triangle shape in the center of your paper. So we're going to do that with our embossed paper, and what we're going to do is take our two pieces and put them back to back because I want that triangle shape on both pieces of my paper. This is going to be a tip, and I want to be able to see it from both sides. So I'm folding it over, and I want to cut right in the center, and remember, don't press that fold down. So it's a little bit fiddly because you're not pressing, you're only pressing on one side, and then you're going to go, depending on how tall you want your triangle, you're going to cut right up the center. And just like we did before, we're just cutting on the fold instead of not on the fold. And so a bonus, you get two little cute embossed Christmas tree shapes that you can use on another page. And then we've got our Christmas tree cut out of the center of two pieces of paper. Now, you could use this for a lot of different things. What I'm going to do is make a little shaker, and I'll probably fold those top pieces over, and I'll probably ink that manila side because I love inking embossed manila. So this is a piece of packaging, and it's already enclosed on two sides, and so I'm going to sew up the other two sides. I'm going to put some sequins on the inside, or some stars, and sew that up, and then I'm going to put it on the inside of my paper, put those two papers, kind of sandwich it between those two papers, and then I'm going to sew around it. And you could also do this with adhesive if you don't want to sew, but I love sewing, so that's what I'm going to do. So here we are. We have got it all completed, and I've added the ink to it. You can see there, and I kind of put too many stars in it, so it's more like a pillow than a shaker, but it's still really cute. And then I totally missed the corner. I was kind of not paying attention and missed the corner there, but that's okay. It gives me an opportunity to embellish. And so I'm using this word art from the Prayer Journal and Planner Kit, and I'm going to just put a little piece of word art, cover that little hole, and it'll look super cute, and you will never know, just you and I will know that there's a hole there in my pillow tip-in. So I'm going to just attach that there, or some word art, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use, onto the bottom of that tree. So the next one is we are taking a piece of white cardstock, and I've done this before with washi tape. So you just take the washi and you just stack it up the card and then trim off the edges, and you have a really cute little washi tree. So that is definitely one way that you can do it. But a really fun way is to use printable washi. This is the printable washi from the kit, and it's so easy. You just cut out the triangle shape. It's very wonky. I didn't line it up because I'm going to take sandpaper, as you see here, and just sand those edges. So now it's all sanded and all straight, and it looks super cute, and I didn't have to do each one individually. Now you could go in and add sequins, you could sew each strip of washi. All I did was put a little cute bow on the top of it, and I think that is such a cute Christmas tree. So this next one I think might be my favorite one. You've probably seen these trees before, but I'm going to show you a fun way to do it where you don't even need a template. You're just going to cut out a circle of double-sided pattern paper, and I used a plate to trace it, and then you're going to cut it in half. We only need half for this, so you'll have two when you do that circle. You want to make sure that it's facing up the way that you want your tree on the outside. So I want the green on the outside, so it's facing up. I'm going to fold it over, and here's the little tip. You're going to just push it back, kick it back about an inch from the edge, and then you're going to crease it, okay? And then you're going to take that flap that you just creased, and then you're going to fold that back on itself and line it up with the folded edge. And you can see that I'm doing that here, and you're going to crease it again. And now, third and final step, you're going to flip that over, take that other edge, the other flap I should say, and line it up with the other folded edge, and just going to crease it down. So no template, no pattern, just 3 folds. Flip that over, and you've got this really cute layered Christmas tree, which I think is just so pretty. And once you get comfortable with the fold, you can, before you actually fold it while it's still a circle, you could go and sew lace or eyelet trim or pom-poms around the edges, and then when you fold it up, those will peek out of the bottom edges. You could also use this as like a little book. You see how it opens up? You could also put hidden journaling inside. You could create a little pocket by sewing just one bottom edge. There's so many ways you could use this little tree, and I think that they are so pretty. So this is another way to do it. I have cut a scalloped circle with my die cut machine, and because it's much smaller, it's going to make the cutest little tiny Christmas tree with little scalloped edges, and I think it comes out so pretty. And it's even easier because you just run it through your die. If you have a scalloped circle die, this is a great way to use it. If you have just plain circles that are little, this is a great way to get a lot of little tiny Christmas trees, and you could do a whole row of these across a page. So many ways to use these. Okay, so now we're going to do one with an accordion fold. So I'm just using a scrap strip of paper, and I'm going to fold the first fold about how wide I want my tree, which is about 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to accordion fold it. Now if you get to the bottom of your strip and you've got a little piece like that that doesn't match up, just snip that off. And then what we're going to do is sketch out a Christmas tree. And don't worry if you're not good at drawing. This does not have to be good. Mine is so wonky and it comes out so cute. So you're just going to sketch out a Christmas tree, and you're going to let the points, make sure that all the points of the tree come right to the edge of the paper. That's kind of key. Okay, so you see that I've done that here. And then what we're going to do is cut it out, but you don't want to cut those points. Everywhere those points touch the sides of the paper, that's where you do not want to cut. So you want to cut around it and then kind of go just to the side of that when you start the next cut, just to the side of that little point, and then cut in and cut around, because those points are going to be what holds our little paper chain together. We're making a little Christmas tree paper chain, and it comes out so adorable. So once you get it all cut out, you can fold it out, and look how sweet. Even with my wonky tree, look how cute that comes out. And you can use that as a border. You could use it across the center of a page. You could glue it to both sides so that it kind of pops open when you open the page. So now we're going to do one with squares, and I've got 2-inch squares here, but if you want it smaller, then you just make smaller squares, and we're going to turn them sideways so they're like little diamonds, and then we're going to do rows. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we get this beautiful little kind of draped layered tree look. And then of course we want to cut out a little square or rectangle to make a base and slide that in, and complete. So cute. So now we're back to those scallop circles, and this one's super easy. You're just going to cut it into 4s so that you have 4 little shapes, and you're going to stack those shapes, and they've got little scallop bottoms, so they look so pretty when you mix and match them with all the different papers. Well, I hope you enjoyed all these fun Christmas tree ideas. I hope this gives you lots of fun things to do this season, and I hope you have a beautiful Merry Christmas, and I can't wait to see you after the holidays. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time here on Pink Paper Peppermints.